Welcome to this edition of the Weekly Dose, Challenge Your Perspective. This is Patrick Dyer in Washington, D.C. We can either decide to bury our heads in the sand and pretend like there's no drug problem in the country, or the local government, along with the community and the national government, can take action to stop this trend. When major international bodies mention Kenya as being one of the biggest hubs for drug trafficking, attention must be paid. The International Narcotics Control Board and the UN Office of Drug and Crime both have mentioned that Kenya, the port of Mombasa, has become one of the largest ports for drug trafficking, drugs that come from Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, and other parts of the Asian continent. Now, these drugs, of course, find their way into the country, apart from being a distribution point to the rest of the world. We know that mention has been made on top government officials and some prominent businessmen being involved in this drug trafficking business. In fact, some of them have been banned from traveling into the United States because of the very same reason. And yet, nothing has been done to investigate these things fully and bring those that are involved to book. Not too long ago, we saw the president oversee the sinking of a ship that was full of drugs that had come through the port of Mombasa. But nothing has become of it. We've not seen people prosecuted. Of course, we saw that some people were held, but lately I've not heard of anything that happened. There's a notion that there's not an aggressive stake is being taken into combating this. Now, the ultimate people that suffer are the young people that find themselves without jobs, without any future or any prospects of making a life for themselves. And therefore, they become very susceptible to use of illicit drugs, let alone drinking, the illicit brews. So this should be actually a government policy, that they should look into how can they combat and how can they stop the bringing in of drugs into the country. And it is said it's not just through the port of Mombasa, through the airports. The government must step up its action to bring those people that have been mentioned, to investigate them fully. And if it's found that they're actually involved in this trade, that space must be closed for them. Drugs in the country is not just a devastating for families of these young people or the people that get involved in the use. It has a negative effect in the whole country, because the people that use them are mostly young people, vibrant, energetic, at their most productive level. So you are, in essence, affecting the economy of the country. We know that already these youths don't have employment. But we do not want a situation where they drown their sorrows in using drugs, because that in itself brings in other issues, mental issues, health issues, and more so, the crime rate is likely to go up. We've seen cities here in the US, when drug issues were big, the crime rate in those cities were hitting the roofs. We don't want this as part of our society, as part of our day-to-day life in the country. This topic today has been brought to you courtesy of one of my viewers, Munyambu Vinya, who is concerned about the issue of use of drugs that find itself in the country. But this can only be stemmed if it's stopped right at the point of entry. That's my perspective. What's yours?